Does it feel harder for you to advertise your daycare post pandemic? Do you feel as though what you used to do before, just a few years ago, isn't necessarily working right now? If that's you, welcome to a video. My name is Christina Rizakos, and I want to share with you my thoughts on this subject. So make sure you grab a piece of paper and a pen. Maybe you want to take some notes because over the next couple of minutes, I want to share my thoughts on why it feels harder to advertise your daycare post pandemic. And then I'm going to share a few things you can do to fix it. Okay. So if you're new to my world, welcome. I am an early childhood educator by trade. I ran my own childcare center for over 16 years. And now I own a marketing agency that helps daycares, home daycare providers, childcare center owners grow their programs using the online space. And one of the things that I hear when I am hopping on strategy calls with clients is, I don't know why it's not working. I used to print out flyers. I used to put out a post and then I would just be fully booked. I would get more traction on my posts on Facebook, or I didn't even have to advertise on Facebook because word of mouth just helped me stay fully booked all through the year. And this is a consistent struggle and concern that a lot of my clients are sharing with me, which is why I decided to kind of go live and talk about this and really just help you out if you're there right now on how, why that's happening, then how to fix it. Okay. So we know that a lot of things have shifted, over the last couple of years. We also know that the digital space came in. So when I say digital, I mean social media, email marketing, Facebook, Instagram, video marketing, going live and things like that. We know that that has exploded, right? A lot of businesses had to shut their doors and had to move towards the online space, right? Businesses that were brick and mortars had to decide throughout the pandemic, do we stay in business or do we venture off and learn how to function as a business and stay profitable using the online space? And it's no different for you as a daycare provider. The world has shifted more towards the online space. More and more people, including your ideal clients, are online throughout the day. Parents' routines have shifted. The way we consume information, the way we shop has shifted, right? I can remember the last time I was in the grocery store because most of my groceries, I order them online and then I just go out and pick them out outside of Walmart when someone just actually puts them in my van and then I go back home. So a lot of families' routines have shifted and it's really important for you to grasp that and really relate it to your business, right? You're going to say, well, how does this affect me? Because people have gotten used to doing things online, searching online, purchasing online. So what this means for you as a daycare provider is your focus to advertise or to kind of put your program on the map has to be more online than local organic. I mean, obviously local organic is really important as well, but your focus must be on the online space, digital space, and knowing how to leverage those platforms to really get the word out on your program. So I'm just going to give you a few examples, right? If you're someone that's only, depending on printing out thousands of flyers or depending on hiring your nephew to pass out some flyers in your community, or even worse, maybe you don't even do flyers and you just depend on word of mouth advertising and you're not getting the results that you need. It's really important for you to start thinking about how do I shift this to the online space, okay? And there's a few things you can do. Having a website that's mobile friendly with all the right information on it. Leveraging obviously Facebook and Instagram. There's Pinterest, there's YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of free platforms you can use and to stay consistent on these platforms, sharing about your program, going live, sharing videos and things like that, right? So we have to get out of that mentality of I'm just going to stay in my home, in my basement, and I'm just going to pay someone to go out and, pass some flyers around because the world has completely shifted, right? You need to understand that where clients are hanging around. I think I read a stat that said 80% of families are scrolling the internet throughout the day. Okay. So you need to make sure that you are leveraging these platforms to work for you and your business so that you can get that attention, you can get that awareness, and you can hopefully position your business in front of them, have them follow you on Facebook or Instagram, have them go on your email list, and then kind of nurture that relationship from there. Okay. So passing out flyers is great as a part of a marketing strategy, but it should not be the only thing that you're focusing on. Okay. The other thing you want to make sure of is that when you are leveraging these platforms, when you're using the digital space, that what your post matters, right? And this is really important. I know that you're probably busy, you're doing all the things in your business, but it's just so important to take the time to create content that attracts, that stops the scroll, that educates parents, that really positions you as someone that is a viable source for them to bring their child, right? And this brings me to point number two: why your marketing isn't working post pandemic is because parents have a lot of choices these days, right? There are so many people that decided to open up small home daycares, in-home programs, after-school programs, preschool programs out of their homes. And it's really important for you to understand that parents now, well, they have a lot of choices, right? So unless you are the only daycare center in your neighborhood, in your community, which I'm pretty sure you're not, competition is a real thing. Parents' routines have shifted. There's more of a focus to the online space. So whether they are working remotely, whether their kids are taking classes remotely, right? Parents' routines have shifted. So we have to be able, as business owners, to shift with them and understand that parents have choices. So what does that mean for you? That means that posting randomly or creating content or having a sales pitch, right, when you're putting them through your tour process, that was kind of meh, before pandemic, you really have to wow them post pandemic. You have to make sure that you are filling in the gap in your community. You have to make sure that you're offering obviously exceptional quality care and that you are able to stand out from your competitors. So there's a few things you can do with this. You can do some simple market research. You can go in local Facebook groups and ask moms and dads that are already in there, what are you actively searching for when it comes to childcare? What are some programs, some activities, some things that you would love to see that you're not getting right now when it comes to childcare? And parents are going to share their views, right? It's really important for you to kind of do that work so that you can really understand, okay, what is available right now and what can you do that isn't available right now? Maybe your competition is not offering it or doesn't want to offer it, right? That you can offer to really position yourself as an authority in childcare or someone that is offering something different, something special, something unique. Okay. So figure out where you fill in the gap in your community and make sure that you do some simple market research and offer these programs that these clients are not getting anywhere else. The other reason your marketing isn't working post pandemic, and this is the last reason, is because if you are doing the same stuff you were doing pre-pandemic, expecting it to work. So things like, again, we talked about the flyers, posting in huge networking groups on Facebook that have like thousands and thousands of other business owners from all over the world, right? They're not there to look for daycare. They're there to kind of chit chat with other business owners, maybe vent or maybe ask a question. They're not there to look for you're not going to find the mom and dad down the street in those huge groups on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, you have to make sure that you are posting on your own pages, obviously, consistently daily, but that you're also a part of local networking groups that are local to you, as well as those Facebook groups that we all have in our towns where there's, moms or dads, and they're just asking questions, referrals, and things like that have to do locally with your community, right? There's no point in you creating a flyer and posting it in these huge networking groups, because most of the time they get no reactions, or if they do get a reaction, it's things like, where did you buy that carpet, or the painting is really cute, right? So things like that are not necessarily going to grow your business, especially if you're struggling to fully book your daycare. So try to leverage these Facebook groups the way they were meant to be leveraged, and really just focus on local eyeballs, local traffic, because that's what's going to get your business or your daycare in front of the right eyeballs, okay? And lastly, I wanted to mention that video is really important going forward post-pandemic. And even though this, may scare you, it may feel a bit overwhelming, or you might feel as though, well, I don't know how to do it, or I don't like the way I sound, or I don't know what to say. I want you to stop thinking like that. Parents nowadays are busy. We know this. People's attention spans have desperately decreased over the last few years. Short video really rules the internet. So think of TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Stories. I mean, these platforms have videos that are under 60 seconds long, right? So it's really important that you leverage video on your platforms. And yes, you should definitely be, updating your stories and posting what the kids are doing behind the scenes. But when I say video marketing, I mean you in front of the camera and just sharing about your program, sharing about a success story, sharing about your staff, sharing about your educational curriculum, sharing about special events or an open house that you have coming up. And you don't have to do this every single day, but you should definitely think about doing it weekly, because when you do leverage these different tactics that are completely free to use, especially video, it really increases that trust factor with your local community, which in turn is going to help parents feel more comfortable, more at ease to take that next step, which is to follow your page, email you, call you, send you a message on, in one of your DMs. So it's really important that we put our faces in front of our business and stop hiding behind flyers or videos of the kids doing arts and crafts. They're all important, obviously, but you are the face of your business. And it's really important that you use that actively on your platforms, especially if you are struggling to advertise or to stay consistent or to grow your business, right? So those are a few things that you can try if you're having a hard time to advertise post-pandemic. Let me know in the comments if it helped, if you have any questions. And I did want to invite you all to an info session I will be hosting tomorrow on the 15th, 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be given in live time. And I'm going to discuss a little bit about some marketing mistakes that I see a lot of childcare business owners making and what it's costing them. And then I'm going to open up the doors to my childcare business hub. And I'm going to share with you how I help my clients inside that membership grow their programs, reach more families locally using social media and organic ways. So if you want to get some more information on that, if you're struggling to kind of keep up with social media marketing and posting every day and knowing exactly what's working now to grow your business, then you do not want to miss this. It's free to join. It's going to be about 30 minutes long, then in live time. You can hop in, ask your questions. If you do sign up and you decide to head out early, no worries. I'm going to email you a copy so you can actually watch it. And then you can ask your questions as well. So I'm going to put the link in the notes of this video. Click on that, RSVP, and obviously show up live. And other than that, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And I'll see you guys real soon. Bye for now.